Oh, yeah, it's your boy, Live Wire, and I'm back in the motherfucking building. What's going on, people? It seems like today was a good day. And what I mean by that is, Xbox got news of the Scorpio getting all this 4K goodness with, 4K DVR, 4K I don't know, fucking API shit, a whole bunch of 4K shit, right? Good shit, good shit. But the funny shit of today is the fact that PS4 games are going to PC through PS Now. See, at first, everybody was like, oh, PS4 games being on PC, that doesn't count. PlayStation Now only has PS3 games. That was the whole argument. It was only PS3, only PS3. They're not going to put PS4 games on there. That's stupid. They wouldn't do that to their console. Remember that? You'd be like, Sony's not stupid like Microsoft. They would never put their main console games on PC because therefore people wouldn't buy the PS4 to play those games. Remember? We've heard this argument time and time and time again. And now, after Microsoft has already gone full in, they started Play Anywhere. And to be honest, what it seems like to me is Sony saw it and we're like, damn, these motherfuckers is trying to cake up out this bitch on this Play Anywhere shit. Now, Sony didn't want to fucking just drop Gaikai. They spent a shit ton of money on it. So they said, fuck it. We're going to take the games that are PS4, probably the older games like The Order, Bloodborne, shit like that. And they'll put that on PS Now first, right? But now, remember, Order is one of those games that PlayStation guys like to tout as like this uber greatness. It's on PC. Not Order, Bloodborne. They want to tout as the uber greatness. Fucking Uncharted, this is amazing greatness. All these games, gone to PC. And is it a big deal? It's whatever to me. Because we've already seen this happen with Xbox. But the argument on the Xbox side is, look, man, if you're a console gamer, you're going to play on a fucking console. But PlayStation gamers always wanted to control the narrative. Well, if you don't have exclusives on that platform, what good is it? Well, now I ask you the question, what good is it? What good is the PlayStation 4 now if you can just get the games on the PC? And you can't even go by the whole conversation, PlayStation will get them first, because one thing PC gamers are good for is motherfucking waiting. They will wait. So if you tell them, oh yeah, that game is eventually coming to PC, they'll fucking wait. They have no problem with doing that shit. So my question is, again, what purpose is the PS4 now? Because this is the same question that was constantly poked at Xbox gamers. What's the purpose of having an Xbox? Oh, you want to play with your friends on console, compete on console. But that was never good enough, because certain games could be played on PC. Maybe not so much as, you can't play every game on PC, or at least not in the same ecosystem per se. But it's an interesting day. It's a lot of narratives just getting chopped up this week. First you have the whole Scorpio with, completely basically saying PlayStation is going to be the weaker console for the foreseeable future, however long that is. Because the thing is, right now, Microsoft is going to have the power dynamic as far as Scorpio, right? But then you still got to factor in the cloud. As much as we don't, the fucking cloud, the cloud. But the thing is, we have two games that are coming out this year that are going to show what the cloud can do outside of, doing the Drivatar, or outside of, you have the Drivatar, I guess the fighter, what do you call the KI fighters that mimic your fighting style, and with Halo and Gears as far as AI, AI control, and Titanfall, which was the same thing with AI control. So now you're going to see something a little bit more physical and Sea of Thieves with the water dynamics and the weather and all that shit. And I think it was the water, weather, and the creatures, like whatever, those monsters and whatever the fuck pop up here and there. You see that through, their cloud dynamic. Because remember, that game is always online, Sea of Thieves. Crackdown isn't always online. It's only always online for, obviously, multiplayer. Single player, I think they said you could mainly play that offline, unless I'm mistaken. But from what I heard, you could play the single player offline, unless something has changed. So with that being said, you have that. You have the fact that Microsoft has an API update that's going to improve the ability of the current Xbox One, along with what's going on with the Xbox Scorpio when that comes out. And that's just going to be crazy. It's just going to be crazy. It's going to be interesting to see how both of these guys, battle it out. Yes, PlayStation has some games coming out. I don't know, man. It's just, look, people know I'm an Xbox gamer. I don't make no if, ands, or buts about it. Yes, Xbox is my preferred platform. And I think PlayStation has some cool looking games. I do. But I just feel like a lot of their games kind of feel the same. Like they don't vary enough, to be honest. Variation is usually very small. Because if you look at, The Order is a linear game. Uncharted is a linear game. It's a little bit more wide open than The Order, obviously, but still, for the most part, it's a fairly linear game. Then you have Horizon Zero Dawn, which is an open world game. And it's all right. And we don't know what God of War is going to be. We don't know if it's going to be somewhere in between Uncharted and Horizon. I don't know. I don't know. It'd be interesting. I guess they could make it like The Witcher, I guess. I don't fucking know. It just seems like that's what all PlayStation is really doing, is they're looking at other people's games and kind of just copying stuff from it. Instead of kind of like forging their own path and really like be like, look, this is a path that we paved and there's, nobody else came over here. There's really none of that. Uncharted is simply a Tomb Raider ripoff. It's a better story, obviously, because they have better writers. But, other than that, in graphics, so you got stories and graphics. But the gameplay is okay, but it's not great. It's kind of, it's very basic. I don't know, man. It's just hard to put my finger on. It's just like those games are cool, but there's something missing. It's like it's just and it's like, with those gameplay elements for those games, and they're all like one and done type games. Yes, Uncharted has a tacked on multiplayer, and yes, Well, fucking Horizon, I don't know. Like people just, I don't know. That game doesn't interest me at all. But what we're gonna see is, it's gonna be fucking interesting, man. You got Xbox, you got the Game Pass, you got Play Anywhere, you got Sony with the PS Now. It's gonna be interesting, man, to see how this plays out. Because I mean, let's be honest, the whole narrative with the power, that's gone. The whole narrative with exclusives, that just went out the window like a couple hours ago. It's gone. PlayStation no longer, if Xbox has no exclusives, PlayStation is in the same fucking boat today. They just fell in that bitch. Today, they have no exclusives if Xbox has no exclusives, because both of those games all those games are going to PC. Whether or not they come day and date or later, doesn't matter. The argument still stands as the same. So I don't know what's going to be the new argument now. They're just going to harp on, well, I just like PlayStation, which is fine. That's fine. And that was, to me, that was a substantial argument from the jump. If you like PlayStation or you like Xbox, that's fine. You don't have to like the other console if you don't. There's no, like, this whole idea that you have to like both consoles is ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous, because you don't have to like any product. I mean, you don't have to like fucking McDonald's fries and Wendy's fries. Can you? Sure. But can you have a favorite? Sure. Some people will say, I like Wendy's fries better. Some people will say, I like McDonald's fries better. Or is one person more? I think more people know McDonald's, so more people like McDonald's. But if you really have both of them, do they both taste good? Sure. You offer me either one, McDonald's or Wendy's, I'll enjoy both, to be honest. So I get, when Xbox is the Wendy's of the gaming world. McDonald's is more popular. It's everywhere, similar to Sony. People has more of a brand recognition. People like it. But I'll tell you facts. Wendy's has better burgers. That's a fact. Wendy's also has better nuggets. That's a fact. Like, they also have better barbecue sauce. That's a fucking fact. And salad. It's better. But McDonald's has, popular fries, a popular Big Mac, and fucking they're known worldwide. And to me, that's similar to what the dynamic we look at with Xbox and PlayStation. Xbox has a lot of things that are better than PlayStation, but PlayStation has brand recognition. That's, just a wider range. It's been around longer, and people always like, oh, it's only a generation longer, but people feel that first generation was still fucking long, and Xbox didn't come until 2 years into its second generation with Xbox One. So it's like, they had all of PS1, the first 2 years with PS2 dominating by themselves, no competition. Well, Nintendo was kind of there, but I don't know what the fuck Nintendo was doing. Sega they just fell apart. But the thing is both consoles have their strong points. They do. And it's really down to what do you want? What do you want? But yeah, man, now this is going to be, it's going to be interesting. Things are changing. Man, this is a blow. And there's the crazy thing is, like, you had to, like, all right, first things first. PlayStation launched Horizon Zero Dawn. It did well. NPD sales were well. So, with that being said, you have to figure, I don't think they're desperate, even though that's what I stated, because I like throwing shit on Twitter. But what I think is, it's a business. It's a fucking business. And Sony realized, we're like, shit, if this is the road we're going down, we have to find other ways to sell software. Because guess what? As much as people want to talk about, well, we sell games here and we sell games. Guess what? If you have 60 million consoles fucking sold, you selling 1 million copies of a fucking AAA is fucking pathetic. It doesn't matter whose side it is on. Xbox, fucking Sony, Nintendo. It's not good. So if Sony's recognizing, like, look, not enough people are buying our software, we have to make this easier. And then Xbox comes out with Game Pass, basically cementing that people were going to buy the service, because anybody with kids, anybody with a budget will look at that and say, what? Wait, $100 for the year for 100+ games? I'm fucking with it. Especially if you're not a person that needs to play everything day and date. For the hardcore, it doesn't matter. You're going to buy the shit anyway. So Game Pass might be irrelevant to you, especially if you buy everything. But for somebody that doesn't buy every single game, the value is fucking amazing. It's the same for the PlayStation Now. The only difference between PlayStation Now and the Game Pass is one you download and the other one you stream, and both have their benefits and both have their drawbacks. With PlayStation Now, you stream, so you get lag and you might have disconnection issues and things of that nature, which for anybody who's playing a game, that might be rather frustrating. But what you got, the benefits are, you don't have to clear space on your hard drive because you're just streaming. Whereas versus Xbox, you download, so therefore you need to have hard drive space, so therefore, even though you have access to all these hundreds and hundreds of games, you can't instantly just jump in and out of games because you're not streaming them, you are downloading them. So, like I said, both of them have their pros and their cons. But both of them are now in the same boat. I mean, granted, Sony has a lead on console sales, but obviously those sales were not enough to keep PlayStation games off PC. So all that shit people have been talking about, PlayStation is doing so much better. PlayStation doesn't have to do what Xbox does and put their games on PC because they don't need to. Well, you motherfuckers are looking dumb as shit right now. Somebody's eating hella motherfucking crow because those games are coming to PC and we seen it happening. Motherfuckers were in denial of it. And now that it's here, a lot of these people went into hiding. They going to church. They crying to Yoshida, saying, Lord, Yoshida, how could you do this to me? How could you do this to me? Why would you put these games on PC? And you know what Yoshida said? You bitches don't buy fucking games. That's why. Buy your fucking games, and then maybe we wouldn't have to move them shits. And that's pretty much it. But anyway, this is your boy Live, and I have another video up later, maybe later on sometime this week. I'm started working on it, talking about State of Decay, my thoughts, and based on the conversations that were held at PAX East this past weekend. So yeah, look out for that. But this is your boy Livewire, and I'm out this bitch, baby. Peace.